find the height of the greater trochanter and the greatest prominence in the hip bone. I divide that distance in half, and I'm going to find 29 right here. And if she were to bend like this, we would see it's at the end of the crease. Okay, so it's height of the trochanter, maximum prominence of the ASIS, and then just dividing that distance in half. And again, it's not a straight line because the trochanter is behind the hip bone, right? So it's a diagonal line, and that's going to put us pretty much. I can feel that I'm at the crease of her, like bend your leg. Right, I'm right where it bends. Okay, straight up. Okay, so 30 is we find the trochanter, and we find pretty much. Why don't you find the top of your butt crack? Right there. Right. Okay, I was right. So here we have this distance, and we're dividing it into thirds. Actually, I can't see from over here. Dividing it into thirds as best I can, and it's this outer third that is gallbladder 30 in here. So, how's that feel?
I feel that.
Yeah, feel that, right? Okay. So gallbladder 30 right there, and again, I go right into gallbladder 30, and then I might. Deadman says that sometimes, like more here induces that sensation feeling. That's sometimes a little shocking for patients to be like, there's something, But it's also supposed to be therapeutic. But in any case, I usually don't just do gallbladder 30 in case I miss it. I do like a little surround there, like two or three needles. Okay, so 31 is this idea that we have the trochanter, which is here. So that's going to be from here to here is 19. Yeah? So if we subtract 1, let me see your thumb. We are very similar. She's slightly smaller than me. So 1 son right here. Okay. So now what I've been saying is we're taking this distance, we're dividing it into thirds. Do the best I can here. And when I divide it into thirds, right where I land, and what you want to do is try to feel for where the edge of the vastus lateralis ends. So in theory, it should be right about here. Is it? Yeah? It's a little sensitive. Now, is it more there? No, more here. Okay, so you can see it's not that far up from the knee, right? Try not to try to avoid mid-thigh. Now, just out of curiosity, lay yourself as flat as you can, and let's see where your hand lands when you. Okay, so in her case, right? 31's not near the tip of the finger. On other people, it will be, right? So it's just a guide, that 30. But I often find it is a little lower than what the hand is, okay? But maybe if you're standing up, it might change another inch or two, right? But yeah, right, it might.
Can we try the 7 from the butt crease?
Yeah, so let's try that. Do we have a marker handy? We'll just say where we think it is. Excellent. So we've located it here, if we measure it the gallbladder way. Now from the end of the butt crease to here would be 14, and if we divide that distance in half, I'm just going to stretch as much as I can, and then stretch in half again. I'm pretty darn close, but I'm still a little off, all right? Now it might work out great for some and not great for others, but somehow it feels like there's more length here than here, and so, I don't know, it gets a little bit off. I've never seen any text refer to it as like just divide that and Anyway, so again, the key thing is, all right, I'm going to subtract 1, and I'm going to divide this distance into thirds, and then I'm going to take this distance and divide it into thirds here, and this should be basically 0, 2, 4, 6. And this one should be 32 right here, which is the height of her kneecap, which, I mean, I'm not being scientific about this, but that looks about 2 sun to me, right? So 31, 32, 33, just bend your leg a little bit. Here's that tendon, that femoris tendon. I'm kind of, I don't know if you guys can see, but I'm waggling over a tendon right here. I want to be in front of the tendon, anterior to the tendon, and I want to be hitting the top of that lateral epicondyle of her femur there. So I'm in a little pocket. Okay, so that's 31, 32, 33. Okay, straighten your leg again. So actually, point your toe. Sometimes when people point their toe, you can see this line a little bit more, but not in Jocelyn's case, and that's fine. I mean, everybody's varies. But I'm going to try to feel for where I think the groove is. Here are those tendons, that peroneus brevis and whatever that wraps around the ankle that we became familiar with. And we're going to basically, if I feel, I'm trying to feel the back of the fibula, and I can't really do it. It's just kind of how it is. But if I feel for this knob, which is the head of the fibula, there it is. So I'm going to circle it. Right? That's the height of that bony prominence right there. So I want to be anterior and inferior and see where that gets me. And I think it got me good. I think we're right there. That's 34 right there. So how does that feel like that nervy kind of feeling at all? Okay. So it's not really on this line that the rest of the points are going to be on. It's a little anterior, right? So there you go. Yes.
Is 34 3 soon below 33?
No. I mean, does it say that?
The crease. Or is it 3 soon below the crease? I can't tell though.
It's supposed to say 3 soon. Literally started.
Is it?
Oh,
It says
it
three
is saying it's
soon.
3 some below the crease. It is saying that. No.
It's
That whole
three
distance
below
is 3
33.
It's 3 some below 33. Okay, so let's just see, right? Maybe, right? It seems a little shy of that, but you know, I say it's much more effective to feel for the head of the fibula and try to find that hollow, right? That's the way to do it. It's not like, oh, it's 3, you know, but it'll help get you there. But it's also a little anterior to 33 because 33 is in the back, right, of the bone, and 34 is in the front, you know, in the front of the fibula. So it's just it's two different things. And now that her leg isn't bent, it looks like bend your leg again. Like I'm more in this hollow right here for 33, right? And then 34 is going to be anterior. Okay, so straighten your leg. This is really there is a distance of anterior and posterior with these two. Okay, now we talked about the break in the knee to the tip of the ankle is 16, right? So I divide that distance in half and I get a line right here.
I don't see a line.
You don't see a line? I know. Okay.
feel a line.
Okay. And then we're dividing it in half again to get 4 sun.
Marker's dry.
That's dry. Anybody else have
I
marker?
get
They just
skin.
stop working on
Yeah.
skin. They like pick up oil.
Anybody marker?
It's the same kind.
It's the same kind, but you know,
Cold water?
pink. Okay. So everybody get that? 16, 8, 4, right? Okay. So now we know that we've got 2 points at 7 sun. So 1 thumb width, we already measured that. Hers is slightly smaller than mine, right? So now we've got 7 sun, right? And we can have, 1 is going to be, 35 is going to be at the back. The 9 and 5 are going to be behind, right? So 35 is in the back, and 36 is in the front. And you can kind of feel where you're kind of surrounding the fibula. Then we have another one that's we have one at 4 sun, right? And these are all going to be, 4 sun is, the one that's at 4 sun, all of them except for 39 are in the front. So the one that's at 4 sun is going to be here. And we're just going to have one sun to it to find 35, 36, 37, 38, and then 39 is going to be in the back. Now 39 is located between the bone and these ropey tendons. So when you're needling it, you tend to actually have to spread the tendons away from the bone and get into that gap. Okay, so here we have it. 35, 36, 37, 38, 39.
What are those tendons called? Is that
It's called the
extension?
peroneus brevis and
Longest
Longest-
brevis and tertius.
longest brevis and tertius.
Okay.
Okay. 40. We draw a line in front of the ankle. And we draw, or on the bottom of the ankle, and we draw a line in the front of the ankle. And where they intersect is going to be a hollow. That's going to be 40. And you have a magnificent extensor digiti minimi. Okay, so we're all good at something, right?
See it.
So,
Say that 3 times fast, please.
so you can really see this tendon that I've been, just proclaiming about, that it connects to the baby toe, right? So 41 is as high as you can get and still get into a gap, right? So there should be a space, of course there's a space, between her pinky toe bone and her 4th toe bone. But we're going to have challenges finding that space in this particular point because everything's so tight there between the bones coming together and them being small bones and then also the tendon. But a tiny needle, a 1/2-inch needle, can really help you direct it. So you just want to kind of feel as best you can for the junction of the bones and come just a little forward of that and stay on the lateral side of the digiti minimi tendon. In there, and your needle is definitely not going to go straight in. Okay, it's going to be angled. It has to be, or it'll hit bone. Then we just come across it, and we still want to be in that gap. And we're going to find 42, right? Just kind of across the way and down. Yeah.
Is 42 up against a joint or an end of a bone or something? Like
Is 42? Somebody read me the definition of 42 again.
posterior to 4th metatarsal phalangeal joint between 4th and 5th metatarsal bone on the medial side of the tendon.
Yeah, there's not much to it. I mean, it's just jumping over and coming down, and you want to just make sure you're in a gap. That's all. It's there doesn't seem to be any specific measurement relative to something else, unless I'm mistaken. No, it's kind of hanging out there. That's rare. But 41, 42, 43 is in the web, and 44 at the pinky. I'm at the the 4th toe corner, the nail there. Okay.
Here we go.